Howdy, y'all. On today's episode, we're going to try to get this old weed whacker running with a cheap Amazon white box carburetor from China. So the first move we're going to do is we're going to remove this cover right here off the filter housing and look inside of it. Looks pretty clean. And we're going to find these screws right here. We're going to undo these screws and this whole front plate should pop off. So you guys will see in a second when this is off. Alright, see you after the cut. Alright, so on this one, taking off that cover also removes your carb, which makes our job easier. So here's our carb. It's probably bad. It sounds like it's breathing fine, but still it's having fuel problems. So it's likely a carburetor issue. So here's our brand new white box Ling Long carburetor over here. She's nice. Look at that. Fancy that. So this guy's gonna have to go back on where this guy came off of, which is like this. So let's line it up so it makes sense. Like this. Line her up. Okay, good. Everything lines up correctly. So this carb should in theory work. So I'm going to pause and put on the lines and all that cool stuff. And we'll go back together then after I get the lines back on and everything. Alright, see you when the lines are back on. Alright, our lines are back on. That's in order. Next we're going to pull off this little gasket in here. Not that it's gonna be bad, guaranteed, but might as well get it off while we're here. You can use a pick set or a piece of wire. I'm gonna try some wire first, try to get it off. Just want to kind of puncture into it, kind of, and like wiggle it out. It's hard to do it with one hand, but I'm gonna try it on camera for you guys. My wire might be too fat though. So I'm going to have to pause and grab a pick set and get it out. So I'll see y'all with a pick set. Alright, I'm back with my looped pick set. So let's reach inside this little gasket here and pull them out. There we go. That little gasket can cause you a lot of problems if these start leaking. And you really can't tell these small guys are leaking. So we're going to replace it with the one that came in the cheap Amazon kit. Just so we have that little peace of mind that won't go bad on us. Alright, so then I'll see y'all when we get the new little baby gasket in there. And we start slamming the carburetor on it. Alright, we got it in. Make sure it's flat into the block. This one seems to be. Oh no, it's not. I popped it out. We gotta massage it into the block like this. And a little thing right there. Make sure it's flat in there. Good. That's our gasket. Next, you guys will see me putting this carburetor on and doing the screw up with the filter and choke housing along with its gasket for our carb friend right here. Alright, see y'all when the carburetor's on and getting screwed in. Alright, now we got this little guy on there, so we can screw it all in. Here's a flathead, I don't have the weird box head these guys use. So flathead it is. Make sure your carburetor's properly mounted. So I'm going to have to do the light install with you guys watching. Then I'm going to have to pause again and go in with my hand to make sure it's flat and adjust properly. Alright. See y'all when she's all tightened up. Alright, she's all tightened up and looking nice in there. So that should be good. Let's close this lid. Oh. Boom. That's a little air filter lid. Nice. Your throttle cable has a little L on it. Put that L into the little hole. It's kind of hard to see for me to do it with the camera at the same time, but we can figure it out. I'm going to pull it forward, I guess, with my hand, I guess my fingers. Now it's facing there. I can easily kind of wiggle it into the gap there. And then boom, now she's on, and she is working. See? That's easy. That's that. Choke system engaged. That's good. Fuel lines are on. Not really plumbed too good, so I'm going to have to get my pliers out and carefully adjust those. So I'm going to pause the video and adjust those then. There we go. Now our lines are a lot more snug to our system. It's a lot better. Next, I'm going to see if I can get that spark plug out. So we can swap that too while we're here, because we got a free one in our little rebuild kit. Cute little spark plug. Try to go get this pop off right here. That plug is kind of old. What size is this guy? Looks like this guy right here, 17, which most of our spark plugs are around here. Of course, this is too short of a socket, so I have to go grab a longer socket, and I'll get back on with y'all with a longer socket. Turns out it was 16mm. I used my little wrench. I don't want to snap off this little guy, so I use my little T10 wrench here. Let's pull her out and see what she looks like. See how bad she's probably going to be fouled up. It's an older, way older weed whacker here. Ooh, yeah, it's disgusting. Probably had water in at one point. Got our new guy here to put on. But ain't going to do that yet. I'm going to try to crank it over a few times so it'll water out of the cylinder. And then we'll put fuel in it and see if it says anything. Alright, see y'all when the water's out of the cylinder. Alright, we got most of the water out. That should be fine there. Let's install our new spark plug in the hole. Oh yeah. Come on, baby. Go in the hole. She's trying to go in there, but she don't wanna. I have to pause the video and get her in the hole, then I'll unpause it for you guys. Give me 1 second. There we go. New spark plug installed. Let's seal her up real nice here. Put a little hat on. Isn't that cute? Now I'm going to spray some ether down her throat and see if she wants to start for us. Which won't be on video because I can't do all that at once. So I'll tell you guys if it runs or not. Alright, see y'all when I get ether down her throat. Well, she ran on ether, which is better than she did before, which means that carburetor and that spark plug were all fouled up with water and crap. But now she ran good. So I'm going to see if I can find some fuel outside and run her on actual gas, make sure the carburetor works and this thing spins up properly. Let you guys know how it goes, alright? See y'all after the cut, either to tell you guys I had no fuel here for it, or tell you guys that it ran good, and hopefully show you. Alright, see you after the cut. Well, subscribers, find out together if it works good with our repair. I think we did a good job, subscribers. That's how you fix, or not fix, revive and tune up a weed whacker that's sitting for 1,000 years. That's that, guys. See y'all in the next one. Keep throwing knuckles, keep throwing wrenches, and have a good old day, and maintain y'all's lawns. Don't want to have y'all looking like bums out there. Alright, see y'all next week. Bye.